Hey, everybody out there in the digital world, it's Steve Furman and Ania Wieczorek from Bowery Analytics. And she's a good friend of mine. And we're in a group called Thrivers 360, where we help each other in just promoting each other and talking about what we do and understanding each other's businesses to the point where we can actually help each other and refer each other. And I thought it would be a good idea to get Ania online because she does some really cool stuff with data analytics. So, hey, Ania, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
And a happy morning to you.
It is Thursday too.
Yeah, and it is Thursday. Yeah. So I want to ask you, Anya, please tell me a little bit more about yourself, what led you to do or to start Bowery Analytics. I know you've got an extensive history in other companies doing analytics and this type of work, but fill me in. What led you to start Bowery?
Sure. Well, I've been in the tech space for quite some time. And especially when we talk about analytics space, I think it's this new cool world, but we've always had some kind of data and information. And so this has sort of always been around. And how it became more official is over time, we've individually working as a consultant and working at companies, realized that there's just a really large gap on this specific need on business analysis, data analysis, that is not at the IBM level, right? Not at Accenture level of large, huge conglomerates, small and medium-sized companies really need that help. And we realized this is really a sweet spot right now for companies to start to get smart about the information that they currently have and translating into actual knowledge and insights. And it just made sense as we were working through with the organizations that this was a real need and we could provide some value.
So tell me, for all us laymen out there, what really is data analytics? I mean, I don't think everybody really understands that. So
Yeah.
explain that.
That's a really good question. I mean, in its super basic terms, it's using the data and information that you're currently gathering from whatever internal sources, so systems that you currently use at your organization, and sometimes using data from the outside, like there's lots of information given by the government, combining the data to come up with information how it can help you move your business forward. Excuse me. So essentially it's analyzing and through computers though, versus, maybe in the olden days, we would look at that with the human eye. It's utilizing computers and algorithms to try to come up with what are your outcomes, what are you looking for to do, maybe do some predictive analysis and not just look at historical, but what based on this information, what potentially will you be looking at? And it's really meant to be used as a tool for decision making and gain some insights besides what the human mind knows. What do the trends show you with the data you're gathering today?
Yeah, history on data. I mean, look at accountants. What do? They live in the past so they can predict the future. So that really makes a lot of sense. So give me some typical scenarios in which you work with your clients, how to actually go about engaging people, or how would they engage you to get
Yeah,
help?
that's a great question. I think a lot of times folks just want to know, I have all this information and I'm gathering so much data from many systems. What does this tell me about the current state and how does it help me set up strategic plans? How do I help grow? What can I do better? What are some issues I'm facing? We work a lot with CMOs, CFOs for the for-profit organizations. And then we work with a lot of nonprofit organizations to look at outcomes. So again, you're capturing a lot of information about your clients, about products, about things that you're doing. How can you improve those? Where do you need to make changes to be more successful or to provide better services? And so essentially it's really just starting at a hypothesis. What do you want to know? And what do you think is going to be the outcome? So this is why it's called data science, because it's really like a science experiment. You come up with a hypothesis, and then we help you figure out, is it true, is it not, and continue to sort of refine that further.
Right. Is this delivered in like data charts and pie charts, or is it just raw data? I mean, I'm just
Sure. That's a
as a business owner, how do I actually interpret it myself as a layman?
Yeah, I mean, so actually, a lot of times you don't. Meaning we help you interpret it. That's why you really work with us, because it is a lot of information, or it's information that needs to be massaged. So you send us raw data. And what that means is you just send us whatever, Excel sheets, whatever you have. We work on, again, what is the problem that you're trying to solve? And then we visualize that. So we use tools such as Power BI or Tableau or many others that are out there now to show you what does that mean to you. So it's not, you're not getting back Excel charts, right? You're really getting something that you can play with and look at different variables, different scenarios. I
Right.
think that's where the strength comes in from, is the ability to slice and dice data differently than where it's sitting today and layer it on from other perspectives. And again, potentially predict some things and see how that looks for your business.
Yeah. And I always say that knowledge is power, and understanding your data is knowledge. And that's some serious power.
Absolutely. And this is really what we want to focus on, is you're not just getting data back, you're getting insights, you're getting real chunks of information that can be used. I can give you an example of how that works. An e-commerce organization really wants to know, they're doing advertising, everything is online now, and I think there's no going back. So many businesses have pivoted, even if they do less of it in the future, as in they'll have a physical store.
Mhm.
You put all that information and you are doing marketing activity. You want to know, hey, I put out 2 ads, which ad performs better? And then you have all the other variables of during which times, who does the clicking, on what platforms, which product image works better. So there are so many variables that really with a naked eye is difficult to decipher. At what times historically you can then predict, you know what, on Mondays, this is when everybody opens my email and they actually take an action. So there, slowly you start to come up with a strategy to continue to improve the validity of your business case and potential growth.
No, that's smart. Very, very smart. Well, I really appreciate you talking to us about data analytics, which doesn't sound all that exciting, but actually, when you think about what it can do for your business and the knowledge, which is power it can give you, I think it's pretty cool personally. But
Good. I'm glad you think so, because I think so too.
cool. So how does everybody get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach out to you?
Well, they can certainly click on my LinkedIn profile or go to boweryanalytics.com. That's our website, and send me a note through there. All the information, including phone number and emails, are there. I'd be happy to chat with everybody about any problem they have or any advice that they need.
Super. And I'll make sure I put that in the bottom of the caption text. I'm going to add in at the bottom. I want to thank you so much. It's always great to see you. You are always a plethora of information. You're the best.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks, Anya.